Hey everybody, Zed here, AK Montolio, and we are back for another Vintage League, and we are playing Canister's Vintage Challenge list that he went 4-2 with yesterday. It's Mono Green Bazaar, and unfortunately for us, we have run into a Dredge player, and I think Dredge is probably one of our worst matchups. Um, can we even do anything with this? It's got a Wasteland for Bazaar. I guess I'll gamble with it. We'll see what we can find off the Once Upon a Time. We've got a Hexdrinker here off the Lotus, and any land we draw is pretty good. We find a Bazaar, obviously this is a very solid hand. So I think this is worthwhile investigating. I mean, it's not a good hand without Bazaar, but it's possible it'll work. Opponent's just chatting with me there in the chat. Did win the die roll. I don't even know that I even checked that. We don't have a great main deck against Dredge. Traditional Hogak Vine is far better in that regard because it's got Deathrite Shamans as another option to it, but okay, we did hit the Bazaar. Yes, that is Hooting Mandrills. Make this easy. Let's Bazaar here and see what we can find. I think I'm going to cast the Black Lotus here before I spin, just to make sure that I will be able to cast something. I really like the Cradle here. Let's see if my Hexdrinker resolves. That'd be pretty good if it did. In comes a Vine, which is solid. Yep, they got the misstep. Unfortunate for us. That would have been pretty solid, but c'est la vie. That is our play. Unlikely that we're going to be able to win here, but I guess it's contingent on, one, is my opponent on Dredge, and number two, how many Dredgers do they hit? Yeah, they hit a couple. And they got a hollow one. Okay. First things first, let's get rid of this thing. Get in there. Opponent might just trade here. Yep. Do think it's worth spinning now that that's gone. Let's see how we can do. Next turn, maybe we can get our Benjamin back. But of course, this is just all a very moot point if my opponent has Noxious Survival or a second Bazaar, and they do. So the good news is they won't be able to dredge this turn. Natural dredge, or they'll put their Bazaar in their yard. Bad news is they have a second Bazaar. I admittedly have been getting owned by dredge recently. Like, it just doesn't matter what I do. I'm losing really badly to it, which is a little bit unpalatable, but there's not much that we can do. But we do get a lot better post board. Happen my Cradle of Growth. Okay. I mean, the damage is already done here. We're already in trouble, but let's see what we can do. Maybe we hit a second Rootwalla. We didn't. Have to pass. And we have to hope my opponent doesn't have another Bazaar. And they just miss on their dredges. So they do have an Icarid here. Okay, found a Master of Death. 5 damage. Yeah, we're just so far gone here. I need to keep this for Hogak. Okay, that's a good one. We're going to get our Vine back. Maybe we can find it. Ooh, wow. That was excellent. Maybe we are in this game. The creeping chills are definitely a problem. And maybe we'll trade with my Root Wall here, which would be fine. Anything not coming at me is a win. But they are down to 10 here. Okay, that was a good one for us. Ooh, chill was nice for them. Jeez. How many chills have they gone through here? 3. Bazaar. Very nice. Let's find a cradle. Gaia's cradle specifically. Better lucky than good, guys. Yes, what a win. That was improbable. I guess just hitting that second vine was really big, and now we're going to get a lot better. Because we got 4 surgicals, 4 endurances, 4 death rate, and a forest. Collector Roof is just a dud. I was siding out Force of Vigor, but I think it might be worth keeping a couple at least. Like, I think Hogak is just going to be really tough to cast. I guess I'll use the Hooting Mandrills. Probably cut a couple once upon a time. Blazing Root Wall is probably not at its best here. Probably cut a Hexdrinker, something like that. I added a couple Hooting Mandrills to Canister's list. And I have a one less Gaia's Cradle. I figured Hooting Mandrills could be pretty good in this deck. Like, it just has so many ways to produce forests. And everybody knows that when there's a Hogak in the yard, you're wanting to counter the one green root wall that's coming down or whatever, be it to keep you off of Hogak. And it's kind of a nice contingency plan to say, yep, but you didn't see Hooting Mandrills coming. And, you know, Hooting Mandrills is a 4/4 trample. It's no joke. A little bit dissynergistic or vying for delve cards with Hogak, but it's okay. It's a card I've had in my back pocket for many, many years with Hollowvine, and I have tried it here and there periodically, but of course Hollowvine doesn't produce green mana as easily as this does. So I think it was time to give birth to the idea again, and we'll see how they do in this league. And also against Wasteland decks too, like, you know, find just topping a forest, like, people are often not scared by one forest being in play. Can't pump a blazing root wall or something like that. So yeah, this is a good one. I mean, good is an overstatement, but it's solid enough. All in one's good. I really would like to get the cast a Black Lotus here, see if it resolves. Going to wasteland them. And next turn we'll do our stuff here. This is nice because we have the missed up for the Noxious Revival. Yeah, my opponent wants to bring this in, that's fine. Wasteland, yep. I am just going to cast the Endurance here. I mean, maybe it's not worth it. I don't know. I just don't feel like I have the luxury of sitting around and waiting. Like they could draw on a Force of Will or something like that. Like we'll just get this gone here now. Wow, what a draw. Okay, it resolves. Let's get in. We are taking some damage here, but hopefully we're going to... I mean, we can deal with this hollow one here. I beg your pardon, excuse me. I'm going to cycle the hollow one here. This land in my yard is fairly valuable, but we got lands in our deck, so if we can just find our way to them, it'd be good. There's one of the better ones. This is not a great tempo play from me, but I think it's a necessary evil to get ourselves towards our cradle. It's fine. Yeah, they've just conceded. All right. Yeah, very nice win from our mono green Bazaar deck. We'll take it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you for round 2.